I missed me too. Been in bed for 10 fucking days. I was sick. I went to rehab for caffeine. I was having like 10 coffees a day. It's a joke for now. We're back. It's 2025, guys. Give a round of applause for 2024. What a great year. I mean, Guardcade was invented. That's probably the good thing, right? The only good thing that happened. Regardless, we're going into 2025. You know, you've got your resolutions, the whole 3, 2, 1, close your eyes. Oh my God, I can't wait to go to the gym for 10 days straight and then never again. We have those resolutions. And when you think about those motivational videos with the Patrick Bateman smiling, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm not going to say that part, guy working out, Ziz, all this kind of stuff, the loud music just for what? Hopping in your cold shower? Is that really the direction you want to enter this new year? I mean, is there more to life? And here I am telling you, yes, there is. Why do I know? Because of this goddamn movie. The perfect start to 2025. This movie is called Perfect Days. It's by Wim Wenders and is the most simple, minimalistic movie ever made. Now, lucky for me, my lazy ass, because it's so minimalistic, I'm actually not going to throw my little edgy edits, stupid humorous things here and there. I'm going to keep this one kind of single, Jesus. You know, the one thing about the one take is I'm not going to be able to just cut that out. Anyways, cool. Simple. So I'm not going to have that kind of stuff. This is all in one take. That's how amazing I am. Now, I'm not washed. We already went over this, so we don't have to talk about this. Fuck your Sigma. Yeah, this is the movie that, in my opinion, really paves the way towards how you should be living your life. And it's different for everyone, okay? So before you type up in the comment section how you're going to crucify me, I'm not going to speak for you guys. You're all different from me, okay? So let's get into the movie. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear the plot about this movie? Because I'm so excited. This movie is about a janitor, a toilet cleaner in Japan, and it's just a day in his life. And it's really hard to spoil this movie because, nothing really happens. Like, it's not action-packed. It's not thriller, suspense. It kind of is suspense, actually. I'll dive into that. But it's basically a very simple movie about a man who is going through his routine every day. He's waking up. He's trimming his plants. He's, cleaning his mustache, cleaning his face, doing all those things to get ready. He opens the door, looks up to the sky, I'll get into that later, smiles, goes, gets his coffee, then goes to work. He does his little working things, cleans all the shit, all the bullshit. He looks at nature, and he goes home, he reads a book, and he goes to bed. Fun? Well, maybe not for you, but this is what it taught me. I'm watching this movie, right? Because that was such a broad definition of what happened. I'm watching this movie as a very emotional guy, right? I mean, as you guys know, I get pissed off, I get happy, I experience things and then it kind of carries me on towards the day. Shit happens to this guy. I'm not going to get into what, good things, bad things, neutral things. And he doesn't really give a fuck. Like, he lets it happen, right? He takes it in and, he carries on with his day. And what blew my mind about this movie was, you remember when I talked about how he would go up every day, look up in the sky and smile? Right? Every time he goes out, you're going to think this is the day he's not going to do it. There was an example where the night before, he was like crying. He was so angry. Like, he was just like fed up. He's like, fuck this. He goes to bed. He wakes up. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is going to be the cool part in the movie where he like goes out the door and doesn't even acknowledge the sky. He keeps fucking looking up at the sky. And I was like, what the fuck? And it made me realize, like, this guy, like, is just living for himself. In not a selfish way, but for true happiness. This guy actually comes from a wealthy family, okay? He wasn't, like, born into this situation where he has to do this. You see that his sister down the road, I guess there's going to be some spoilers, whatever, comes in a nice Mercedes, all dressed up, saying, like, what happened to you? Like, our parents are wondering about you, basically. And he just brushes it off, even though it probably hurts him that he's viewed like a bum. He chose this life. And that brings me into why this movie is so amazing, right? This movie tells you that life is more than just wake up 4 a.m., grind 16 hours a day, and that'll make you happy. That'll make you, achieve your goals. You'll feel productive. Productivity isn't everything, man. I mean, if you really think about it, what do you need in your life, right? You want peace. You want happiness. You want to clap some fucking cheeks. I get it, okay? Think about it. Don't think about what you think you need, like what they want you to see and be like, oh, he's sick, he's got money, or she's got money. What do you need? This guy has a plant collection, a garden. He gardens his own plants. Is that the right word? I don't know. He plants his own plants, takes care of them. He goes out on his work breaks. He looks at the trees, breathes in the fresh air, takes a picture of it, right? And he's just like, God, I love this. He has a little collection of different cameras, different photos, snapshots, and overall, very just to himself. He has like a little egg sandwich. He looks at people walking by, just people watches. They all look at him like, what the fuck? But he's like, you know what, whatever. And whatever happens to him during the movie, he just lets it happen. And that's why it's so goddamn cool. Because up until this point in my life, I'm like, oh, you gotta work hard, be great. And of course, those are important, right? You don't want to just like fuck your whole life up because you want to play video games. But there's more to life than just like working for the next goal. So that brings me to happiness. Now, believe after what I said, you're probably thinking, oh, so this is the key to happiness. No, it's not the key to happiness. It's actually the key to neutrality, which in my opinion is better than happiness. Because I think happiness means that there is a lack of pain, but pain still exists. And in my opinion, being at peace is like neutrality, right? It's like just, I'm not too excited over something. I'm not too negative about something. This guy goes through cool things, bad things, and he allows them to kind of like just enter them. It's kind of like Buddhism, how like pleasure and pain, you just kind of have to accept that it's going to come. Okay? And so the first week after I watched this, I practiced it. And let me just say, I cracked. Living in fucking America, it's not so easy as Japan. Actually, Japan's hard too. But I cracked. But I'll never forget that first day. People are cutting me across, giving me the bird when I'm driving, being annoying, being loud. All I did was just like accept it, like smile. Not even smile, just like, okay, that happened, cool. I was so stress-free. Like I felt like I de-aged 10 years. That like guy who like is trying to de-age himself? He should watch this. Forget all the scientific shit. This is right here, a cure. So going into this movie, you're going to have so many questions. Like, what was even the point of watching this? Like, it's just a daily routine. But watch this in your lens. See how you can apply yourself in this. See how you see the courage, the balls of this guy. Because I think this guy has actual balls. Forget the whole, oh, I'm going to be a fucking gangster. I'm going to take over the world. This is a guy who steps down from his wealthy, modern family, who's probably, maintaining an image in Japan. Talk about stress. He has the balls to leave all that and chase what he truly wants. Okay? So here's the thing. The final thing. Okay? And also shout out my fan art by yours truly. This doesn't apply to everyone. I'm not saying, oh, you want to be happy? Oh, just take all your clothes off. Just go, la, 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 la. I'm free. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because that's just stupid. Okay? You'll end up like Janet from The Sopranos. You don't want to do shit like that because then you're going to be like expecting shit out of the world. This guy expects nothing. He just does what he wants to do. Okay? He just does whatever is in front of him and he just accepts the future. So, I'm not saying clean toilets, right? Here's the thing. I don't think if he had to pick any job in the world, I don't think he'd be cleaning toilets. I think it's just so he can have peace for himself, take pictures of the plants, have his own schedule, not really worry about the materialistic things. And it's like a craft, he really gets into cleaning the toilets. You don't have to like work like a job like that or even a great job. Work whatever you want, but think about why you're working in here, right? Do you feel like you're working here because it's the right thing to do and it's like killing you inside? Okay, don't become like a fucking jungle wilderness explorer all of a sudden, but just think about that, right? Think about how you can pivot to a life where it fulfills you, sustains you, makes you happy. And happiness, again, when I say happiness, peace. Not like, oh, I love what I do, because no one loves what they do. After a while, everyone gets sick. I mean, here am I, making YouTube videos. Here and I get fucking burnt out of making the same 20 jokes over and over. Fuck. But yeah, this movie, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I teared up because it applied to my life. I was thinking about how negative I get, even how positive I get sometimes, and how I let that dictate my entire life. I watched the Niners game after this a few weeks later, and that's when I cracked. Don't get me started on that fucking team. Fucking bullshit, okay? But really, I really think this is the movie for you. And, wherever you are right now, maybe things are going great for you. I think you should always recall that, if you take things neutrally, that's when you're going to be a real badass. And here's one last thing. I'll tell a little about personal life. Isn't that cool? We get to learn more about me. Coughing a lot, smoke everywhere. When I was an actor, the biggest thing actors had to do to act was not let the outside world affect them. And me, I was so bad at this. I'm the kind of guy that, if it's foggy out, fuck the world, I'm wearing headphones, listening to music to hype me up, sad music to make me sad, whatever it is. Being neutral, walking into that acting studio or room or conservatory as a 0, you're going to do very well. Because you're grounded. You're not, elevated or deflated by whatever's going on. And so a little practice that we had to do was we can only do 2 things at a time. Or no, excuse me, 1 thing at a time. I'm already fucking messing it up. 1 thing at a time. So now, as cool as that sounds, as cool of an exercise as it sounds, I fucking hated it. Because for me, my therapy is like going to the gym, right? Going to the gym, blasting music, right? Ruining my hearing, and just fucking pumping iron, right? Maybe I'm compensating for something. I don't know, haha. But I couldn't do that anymore. I could only work out, right? And then if I want to listen to music, I put the weights down, put on my headphones, sit and listen to the music. You couldn't drive with music. You couldn't do maps with music. You only have to focus on one thing. It will turn you into a fucking mastermind, focused demon warrior. But you're probably going to hate it. You're most likely going to hate it. But the whole point is, being grounded is better than being happy, because being happy means, eventually you're probably going to be sad again. But being at peace, I mean, you kind of turn into this asexual version of your brain. Your brain just says, fuck it, we ball. But not in the fuck it, we ball, let's throw $1 million here. It's very grounded. I think it's very, very, very important. And speaking of varies, it's so much easier said than done. I mean, I don't even know how to preach this. I did it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then slowly, it chipped away at me, right? I was fucking, God. And then I fucking fully, just, went back to 0. In fact, I actually went down. I was, so mad that I, lost, all this. So if I had to give advice, I would literally just say one word, is aware. Just be aware. That's it. Just be aware that this mindset exists, okay? No practices. It works for different people. This guy looks up at the thing, smiles. That actually worked for me too, even though, it's foggy and ass and raining sometimes. Smile, like this guy, like me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Holy shit, by the way, new spoon. Rip the old spoon. I mean, I still got it, but if you guys prefer this one, look at this Christmas gift. Whew. Cuisine art? Yeah, right, I know. Let me know if you guys like this kind of style more. I mean, we're talking old school. We're just talking here. We're not doing stupid little transitions. It's just me fucking talking. And, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to think about dropping another car video soon. I already have it. I found the video. Hallelujah. Going back in the live streaming. You don't need to subscribe because guess what? I'm grounded, motherfucker. Anyways, G-Cade, Demon Cade, Sexy Cade, In All White Cade, Perfect Days Cade, out. And watch this. I'm not even gonna cut this part. I'm like going. You see QuickTime Player, and bang.